wouldn't it be nice to have a chord sequence of a song you love and then just put a nice folk picking pattern rather than just strumming it? So it's just doing something different. Now each shape, you've got 5 shapes. You've got a C, an A, a G, E and a D. So you can learn this pattern for each one of them, and then you can apply it to any sequence. So if I do a D, I'm doing that pattern here with this hand, and it doesn't matter what type of D I do. I could do a D minor, a D7, a D major 7, D minor 7. So it really doesn't matter what type of D you do, it's just the picking pattern is related to that shape. So in the C, I could do a C7, normal C, C7, C major 7. So we're going to learn the shapes. I'm going to show them in front of you now. Here's the D one. Now if you notice, the thumb is alternating on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th beat. It's alternating on these 2 strings. So that's holding down the bass. So if I show you this and then take away the take away these fingers and just show you the thumb, it'd be, watch me thumb. So that's holding down the sort of bass line to this folk pattern, and the other notes are just in between, creating a nice rhythm to that pattern. Okay, so we're just gonna layer it. So I want you to do a D shape. We'll just do a straightforward D major, and I just want you to pinch the 1st and 4th string together. So using your thumb on the 4th string, and then the next note is going to be your thumb on the 3rd string. So together that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next note is on the 2nd string, and you're going to use your finger for that. So it's 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 1, 2 and. Right, and the next note is back to the thumb on the 4th string on the 3rd beat. So this goes 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so the next note is playing the 1st string with your finger. So it goes 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and. Okay, the very last note of this pattern is on the 4th beat, and it's with your thumb on the 3rd string. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 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 So I'll just show you my hands so you can see. Here, and just sometimes I use this finger, sometimes I use my 3rd finger like this. And once you get that, it does fall under your fingers quite nice, and it is easy to get quick, probably in a week or 2. About remembering the sequence, and you'll notice it does fall under your fingers really nicely when you pick up speed with it. Okay, so let's just practice this pattern with a D minor and then we'll move on. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 with a D7. Okay, so we're going to move to the next shape. So C is the same as A, so that's quite nice. So that shares the same picking pattern for this. And if you notice, if you compare it to the D, it is exactly the same, but it's just shifted up one string. So let's just practice it on an A chord. And if you notice, we start by picking the 5 and the 2 together, and then the 4th string, then the 3rd string with your finger, then the 5th string with your thumb, then the 2nd string with your finger, and then your thumb on the 4th string. So exactly the same pattern, but just moved up a string. You'll probably realise that you know this pattern because you've just been learning it. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3. Let's do an A minor. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and A7. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Any type of A chord. Let's try a C shape. So get on a C. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. C7. Okay, so I'm going to move on. Actually, I'll show you what that looks like there. So it's exactly the same as the D. Moving up a shape. Okay, so the last shape is for the same for the E and the G, which is quite nice. So really you've got a D shape on its own because that's roots on the 4th string. C and A share the root on the 5th string, and E and G share a root on the 6th string. Okay, so it's good to know your roots of chords. So let's just try a G shape, standard G shape, and then we're going to pick. If you notice this shape compared to the last, these notes here are the same as what's on this shape, but it's just the thumb that moves to the 6th string. So your thumb now on this G shape has to jump and skip a string. So I'll just talk you through it. Let's pinch the 6th and the 2nd string, and then your thumb's got to go to the 4th string. So 1, 2, and then we're on the and a 2 on the 3rd string with your finger. 1, 2 and 1, 2 and then you come back to the root on the top string with your thumb on the 3. So 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. And then we play the 2nd string with our finger. 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and your last note is on the 4th beat. So you're playing the 4th string with your thumb. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. I'll go slower. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So if you notice your thumb on that one, when you play this, is jumping a string. I hope that gives you some insight. What I'll probably do in another video is, if you work on them in a couple of weeks time, I'll just get a small little chord sequence, and then I'll show you how to string them together. So if you're on a D, you'd want the D pattern, and if you went to a C shape, you'd have to move that pattern up a string and go and back to D, you'd shift it back down, and then to the C, and then to a G you would have to move up here and do the G shape. E minor, you'd stay on that pattern. Okay, hope you find that helpful. A lot of good fun, right? Take you out of your strumming zone and make things a bit more interesting. All right, thank you.